you all doing, ladies and gentlemen? So, I'm going to be getting rather critical with this specific fight. So, if you're not here for a realistic take, I guess, if you want, um, budge off. That was your warning. So, let me actually talk about chapter 1307. I actually really like the chapter. I really like the chapter. I don't like the outcome. I like the chapter. It's very much just a continuation from obviously where we left off, which the chapters have been so far. But I'm gonna get into like the whole fight in a minute or so. The thing that I don't like, first of all, the broken hand, obviously, but I think that's also a good thing. I think that's a good thing, but I also don't think Sendo should have won. I think Sendo has been getting dominated the entire fight pretty much by Alf. And realistically, I don't think he should have won at all. I get the narrative like, oh yeah, if Sendo punches you, tack, 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 it's gonna hurt, it's gonna sting, so on and so forth. We all know that, right? We all know that Sendo is a power puncher. He's not much. He's a little bit technical, but he's not really like a technical, an all-out technical fighter. He's much more a power puncher in the vein of Ippo, obviously. Those two being obviously compared pretty much the entire time, with Ippo having the. It's debatable. I mean, but it's been stated that Ippo has the strongest punch, but then there's also been moments where Sendo's punches have done significantly more damage than Ippo. And it's also been stated that Sendo is better at taking hits, but then you've got moments where Ippo is literally just taking hits for days that Sendo wouldn't be able to take. So I would say both of them are very comparable. Just different. They've got different. They're very similar, but they've also got different strength. Sendo much more like upper body. Ippo much more his arms, I believe, or it might be the other way around. The point is they're both very comparable in a boxing level, I guess we're gonna call it that, but also in mostly like a proficiency level as well as just a boxing level. So let's get that out of the way. I want to talk about the whole fight as a whole because I didn't like it. Actually, no, I liked the fight. I didn't like the outcome. Yet. And there is an asterisk here. Which I'll get to later. But my issue with this fight is that Ippo lost. Because he was so bullheaded. Because he was so gung-ho. Because he was so, okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna, mano y mano, yo, fist. I've got the strongest fist in the division. I'm gonna go for it. That kind of thing. And it didn't work out. His strategy of taking punches is essentially what could have landed him in the hospital. That's the whole reason why he's retired right now. Sendo in this fight used the same approach and won. When I feel this fight should have been a Sendo doing something different, and that showing Ippo that, what, I need to take less punches. But Sendo's like, nah, I'm taking your punches head on. Like, counter, I'm taking those head on. Now, the reason why I'm saying why this fight could be better, I know the fight is finished, but why this fight could be resolved better, looked better in hindsight, is that, first of all, Sendo's hand is broken. I think that much is guaranteed. I mean, that much is pretty much a guarantee right now. But it's permanently broken. As much as I like Sendo, probably my favorite. Besides Takamura is probably my favorite character in the show, but Sendo's probably like either second. Yeah, he's actually second. Sendo is probably second in the whole series, with Takamura being first. But like my thing is with like Sendo, the message right now is just awful. Straight up, the message right now is just awful. It's basically just saying, oh yeah, Ippo, you should have just been stronger. You should have just taken even more hits to the face. You should have just gone for it even more. Which Ippo already does naturally, but that's just sending a bad message. It's basically just saying, oh yeah, the whole with Takamura, oh, you need to cross this line. Right now you're just an average bloke. You need to cross this line and become a monster. No, the monster part is not, oh yeah, proficiency wise, it's just, oh yeah, a head right into a bullet. We're just like, that's not a monster. That's just stupid. So that's my issue with this, actually, which is why I think there should be repercussions for Sendo. His hand being permanently broken so he can't even fight against Ricardo. That being one thing, but I don't think that would be enough. I don't. I ultimately actually think that saved him in this fight because I think the fact that he wasn't able to put his all into that punch is the reason why he probably didn't get knocked out by that counter. Potentially. But I think there should be more. I think there should be more repercussion. I think Sendo should be out for good. Not just, oh, I can't fight my next fight, but like out for good. If there are no actual repercussions, then I would say it's probably the worst fight besides forget that fight, the Wally fight. That was by far the worst fight in the whole entire series. This fight, depending on like the next 2 to 3 chapters, could be the worst fight in the entire series. If like Sendo's like, oh, my arm, my hand, oh, it'll be healed in a month. I'm okay, I'm good. I can fight the title fight. Woohoo! If that's the case, then I'm like, oh, I don't know about that one. Then I'll be like, okay, this was straight trash. Despite the fact that I enjoyed it reading it week to week, but like, Alf was dominating. The first, I don't know, 3 rounds. I want to say, just and then like just one was like. All that damage he took, like, he took so much damage against Ippo, and it's like, whatever. You know, he takes 1 or 2 punches against Sendo, like, Sendo, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know, where am I? Like, bro, this needs to be rectified. I like the chapter. I like 90% of the fight. I knew Sendo was gonna win. Despite the fact that I think Alf definitely should have won after how the fight started. And how the fight was in the middle. I think, like, Alf won 99% of the fight. Besides the last chapter, which was this one. I worry that Sendo is going to walk away from this scot-free. As much as I like Sendo, from a story perspective, I don't think he should be able to just walk away from this scot-free. If he walks away from this scot-free, this will be atrocious. This will actually be there has to be repercussions. Otherwise, it's just otherwise, what's the point of Ippo's retirement in the first place? You know, there has to be consequences. Otherwise, Ippo's retirement makes absolutely no sense. I think most of us can rationalize that Ippo's going to come back eventually. He's going to come back to fighting eventually, but I think he has to take those right lessons. And I think the right lessons should be that you need to start being a lot less gung-ho, a lot more cautious as well. Like, not just like, oh yeah, go head into it. Because even Mike Tyson's was good. Like, his defense was good. Like, you know, dodge and duck and weave, you know, all good. I mean, he was like a pit bull. Like, he was always dodging, he was always going down, he was always like he was always blocking, he was always dodging all these attacks. Ippo is just like just walking into it. And he's obviously adopted a Mike Tyson style, which is why I was referencing Mike Tyson, but he's a lot less proficient. He's a lot less proficient in a technical aspect. He right now actually seems a little bit like a Deontay Wilder, who's just like power punch. You can punch me as much as you want. I'm going to give you a punch, and that's going to be that. And I feel like Ippo needs to evolve from that. And if Sendo's won this fight without any consequences, then I think it is the wrong message that has been sent to Ippo. And that's my big worry. So as cool as Sendo is, as awesome as glad as I am that he's won this fight, I don't think it was good yet. It really boils down to like the next 2 to 3 chapters. And that's my worry. That's my take on this fight. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you all think about this. I know my opinion will probably be unpopular. I'm actually not sure whether it'll be unpopular or not. But I'm assuming every time you speak negatively, people are like, that's absolute bullshit. What are you even saying? So I know my take will probably not be looked favorably upon, but it doesn't matter. It's my take. Whatever it is. Regardless, I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen, and